Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! Wow, I'm Chewy Mew and welcome to my channel, but more specifically, welcome to another Chewy Mew video where today I'm doing another action figure, I guess, pickup haul collection video. You know, I should make more of these things because people actually want to see me showing off figures, and this one is going to be pretty hype. I don't know if I'm going to make the thumbnail show all of them off. It might show some. When I got these figures, it was incredibly super hype for me. I'm going to start off with the less hype. They still are, but not as, you know, as impressive. I got 7 of them here. The latest one I got was like I think it was like June or July, and it's taken a while to do this because I wanted to get a bunch of figures to do them, so I'm not like, oh, here's one figure and here's another. That's it, guys, and then do another one like a month later. The Venom Blend of the Symbiotes Hybrid. This is from, I think, 1998 or 1999. Another one, which is from 99. That is the Sneak Attack Bugbusters Silver Sable. We got both of these figures here. These both are 90s figures, and Silver Sable is a 5-inch scale figure, and Hybrid here is 6-inch scale. I also did have a custom Hybrid, and then my dog destroyed the custom. I kind of want a Hybrid figure, so I might buy another Carnage to customize it. And then I found this one on eBay for $10 with free shipping. So I got this one for $10. Free shipping, which for like getting like older figures mint on card, that's a really good deal. I did open it already because I was way too excited to wait a while to open these. Silver Sable, I also opened it as well. Like $10 with $5 shipping. So this one ends up being about $16, including tax and shipping. This one was about $11, including free shipping plus taxes. So pretty cheap for these, because I've seen this one, like, even her outside the box for like 30 bucks. So, you know, I just got lucky someone's selling them super cheap. The Hasbro one has more articulation, but it's like $40 now, and it's being scalped on eBay. And also, I just don't like the body. And this one, it looks more unique. She has like more details on it. So let's open this up here. Also, not the best. The face is like the only bad part. The articulation is low. Like, you have like very simple, like 6 POA, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5 POA. So that's and she does come with a gun and a knife. Unfortunately, she only has one weapon holding hand, but she actually has holsters for both of these. Some of the figures don't even have like removable guns and weapons and stuff, but these you can put them in the holster, and she holds it kind of weird. Like, she has like the C grip, so it doesn't hold the best. But yeah, look at that. That's cool. And this bug, I'm just gonna leave it after I pose her on a shelf. I'm gonna leave the bug in the packaging, so at least I can like try to preserve the bug's paint. And yeah, people sell this figure, like, the paint is chipping and without the weapons and, like, loose joints, and it just looks really bad for, like, 30 bucks. So this is a really good deal. Brand new, like, it was sealed and everything. I cut it open to open it, but that's, like, a really good deal for this figure. If you want a Silver Sable and you're okay not having, like, matching scales, like, look, he's quite a lot taller than her. She should be, like, about that height. The boot falls off. But if you want a Silver Sable, I mean, it's not really, these aren't too cheap. I got lucky. But if you want a Silver Sable and you're okay mixing like different scales, this is a good choice. Next we've got Hybrid, which he slides right out of the box. This part falls off. I'm not too sure what you're supposed to do with this, because the back of the box, it shows you squeeze his legs, which that's not true. I did try squeezing his legs, but yeah, I don't know what this thing is for, because it doesn't have, like, a button. I guess you could, like, give this to Spider-Man? I don't know what this part is for. And it doesn't fit on his body either. And then you get this thing here, which I'm going to save that for the review, this little ball thing. And here he is. And like I said, the leg gimmick doesn't work, because I took him out of the box. Before I recorded that part where I was like, hey guys, look, I got a figure. I squeezed the legs, this one broke off. So I had to cut the figure open and I had to fix the leg. And so that sucked. But it's supposed to be, you squeeze the legs and they're supposed to pinch like this. But the spring loading, it doesn't work right. It might be because it's old. And I took it apart and I couldn't find a way to make this work. So it kind of moves on its own. But yeah, this guy, he's like about as tall as Spider-Man. That's a pretty good height. Like, he's like hunched down, so if he was standing up straight, he'd probably be like off camera like that, and that's pretty good for like a big tall symbiote. And he looks really cool. He does look like a 90s toy where he has like not a lot of paint, but honestly, this blends in perfectly with Hasbro, because Hasbro almost never paints figures and they look cheapy. With ToyBiz figures, they look good. what I might do to this figure is I might, on the red parts, I might add like a dark burgundy wash, maybe like a kind of black, like a really dark red kind of color, add it here, and then I might paint the rest of it matte to make it look like you see how this guy, he does look glossy in parts, but he also looks really good because, oh dear, he looks really good because the paint is like, he's got a lot of paint on him, a lot of texture. This guy has texture all over the body, but being like super glossy and then being not painted, it looks, you can't see the detail. We got the Spider-Man. I think this guy is part of the Web Splashers wave. And I'm not buying him because he's Web Splashers. Posability is low, but his legs can't do the splits. He has like single jointed elbows. He doesn't have like finger or toe joints or like boot movement or ab crunch or like neck joint. He has low posability, especially compared to Fearsome Foes, who has like over 30 points of articulation. But this one, I wanted to get it because doesn't it look similar to the 90s cartoon? Like the spider logo and the web pattern looks kind of like it. Spider on the back, it could be, but kind of not. And then the head, like the eyes, like the way the mask is designed and the eye shape, to me it looks really similar to the 90s cartoon. It might just be me, but I feel like it does look similar. So I wanted to get it because of that. And this was also really cheap. It was I think $10. Well, actually, this guy came with other figures too. Like, I bought all three of them together, and it was these two guys here. This here, we'll go over this guy first. This is the Magnetic Spider-Man from Spider-Man Classics. I don't remember which specific Spider-Man Classics line, but he came in one in the, I have the packaging here as well. Well, not his packaging, but I have this one here. This is Dr. Octopus. This is Spider-Man Classics, like sometime after Series 1. You can see he's the guy right there. There are some color variants. Like this one has what kind of looks like some kind of shading to it. He's got like black in parts. He's got pretty cool shading on his body. He's got kind of like the Deadpool eyes, kind of like Humberto Ramos drew him. Like this eye looks a little bit kind of like Eric Larson. He drew Spider-Man after McFarlane, so his eyes look kind of similar and vaguely. After McFarlane drew Spider-Man with big eyes, like a lot of Spider-Man artists started drawing Spider-Man with like a big eye and a thick black outline. So I wanted this one because he's magnetic. And there's a metal bed behind this. You can see he sticks to it. His ankles are aren't strong enough to hold him, but you can see my bed here is metal, and boom, he sticks to it. Those are really strong magnets. That's really good. The seller did tell me, though, hey, the magnet on his left foot, his left foot, is kind of damaged, and it looks kind of gross and messy. And he's like, just to let you know. And I was like, okay. And it works. That magnet is really strong. There is, paint chipping here. I could probably, touch that up. But as far as it goes, it looks really cool. It's using, the Spider-Man Classics Series 1 body. The only difference is he has bicep swivel, different hand shapes, and he's got magnets, and of course the paint apps and head too. But this guy, this is the ToyBiz Web Cannon Spider-Man, which I wanted this one as well. And honestly, most of these purchases I got so lucky getting them cheap. I got all three of these together for $30, and then free shipping, so $33 including tax, and that's really good. Basically $10 each. Technically, it's scalped because all these guys by ToyBiz were $8 each, but that's really cheap for these. $30, or I could buy the new Hasbro Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, or I could get 3 figures with unique sculpts and detail. I mean, these two are kind of reused bodies. This one is brand new, and I saw this one for a while, and I always wanted it because I thought at first seeing some pictures, low res pictures on Google and stuff, and no one really reviewed this in crisp for 1080p 60 fps like me. Not to brag or anything, but most people don't review ToyBiz figures with this level of quality. You can't make out all these details with most reviews are 10 years old of these ToyBiz figures. And so when I reviewed, you're going to see this guy with crisp HD. But either way, I thought this guy had almost the same body as first appearance Spider-Man, but no, it's completely original. Nothing is reused from, not even the shoulders or anything. It's brand new. The only issue with this guy, which it's a bit unfortunate, he's got butterfly joints and really good ankle pivots. All he's missing is some sort of torso articulation. This guy had a ball joint or an ab crunch. I would say this is this could be your definitive Spider-Man, or your main Spider-Man in your collection if you're okay with black. He only has single joint knees, and he doesn't have toe joints, which is unfortunate. And look how good this ankle hinge is. it's like perfect. I mean, it does stick out like quite a lot. You can see right there, like about like 2 millimeters, or like maybe a millimeter, 2 millimeters, like too tall. And he's very lanky looking, but it looks great. Like the sculpt on this guy and the posability he does have is really good. It's like perfect ToyBiz articulation. Like the butterfly joints, they work really good. The neck joint is really good. Arms are perfect. The ball joint legs have like really good range too. Or no, we have 2 more figures after these guys. These next 2, these are like as hype as it gets for me. Like these are holy grails. These are like the holiest of grails. One of them is the holiest of grails ever, and the other one is a grail. And so I don't know who to go first. Let's do Green Goblin first. This is the Onslaught Build-A-Figure from the Onslaught Green Goblin from the Onslaught Build-A-Figure. I can't talk. Goodness. And this is the unmasked version. I also have the masked version and this is undisputably the best Green Goblin figure ever. Like Hasbro has made some, and they're pretty good, but like brand new original sculpt, they could have put wash on like the scales and that'd be all he's missing, but the head sculpt on this guy, that's perfect. The unmasked Norman Osborn head isn't as perfect as this. Look at that. And this one was like, I think $20. I think it was like 20, or it was like $15 with $5 ship. I don't remember, but it ended up being like around like $22 after taxes and shipping. And that's, I mean, yeah, it's a scalp. It's technically scalp because it's used in like, you know, whatever, but that's like a good deal because normally, like, this is the variant version. This is more expensive than this one. This one's like $20 and higher, and this one's usually like $40. So I got, again, really, really lucky with this one. I might heat these up so I can like swap their hands or their heads, so I could have like unmasked Green Goblin without holding the mask, because you can't just take it off. Or I might have like you know, like I might switch them or whatever, you know. It looks really good. It's not like a big grail. It's definitely one of my grails. Not like in like my top 10, but it's definitely one that I was like, I always wanted this one. Even as a kid, I like always wanted it, and I never got one until, you know, now. And I'm not a kid anymore, so that's unfortunate. I'm not a kid anymore. I became an adult before I got this figure. And the last one, definitely, undoubtedly, my biggest holy grail of not all time, but almost of all time. Snapshot is my biggest of all time. And that is McFarlane's Spider-Man. He doesn't stand up good because his legs are loose. When I bought this guy, his legs were almost as loose as this guy. They were crazy loose. They were even like, this guy basically has drop down hips now. But this guy, his joints, only his legs were like crazy loose, and his neck a little bit. And this is the Hasbro repaint of the ToyBiz McFarlane Spider-Man. But I don't even care. This is McFarlane Spider-Man. Like, this is that body mold. It's like the same. The only difference from the ToyBiz one, obviously paint apps and the company is different, but this one has peg holes. The ToyBiz one, he didn't have peg holes. They were filled in. So I think they just used the feet from Fearsome Foes, because the feet, if we compare these two, this one's foot, his right foot is kind of damaged. But if we compare the 2 left feet, it's like the same foot. Like Fearsome Foes is a bit taller. I don't know why, that's just how it works. But yeah, honestly, obviously, like, I would want to have the ToyBiz one as well. And I want to get it one day, but it's like over $200. So I'm okay on having this. And I got this guy for, you won't believe how much this was. This was $20. $20 for this thing. That's insane. That's like one of like the best Spider-Man figures of all time. People sell for like triple digits. And I got him for $20. That's ridiculous. When I saw him on eBay, I was like, I'm going to buy this red one. I didn't even think about it. I saw it on eBay and I was like, $20? I looked at the description. It said his legs are loose and the paint is a little chipped on the chest. But I was like, I don't care. I could fix his legs. His legs are still kind of loose, but $20, that's like no brainer. I bought it right away. And then and it took like 4 days to get there. It took like 4 days to get here. And those 4 days, I was like, oh, I'm so happy. I got the figure. This is crazy. And I even told my mom and I told one of my friends, look, I finally got McFarlane Spider-Man. Oh, that's awesome. And I was just freaking out and going nuts over this because I've wanted this one since I knew it existed. And at first I was like, I really want it, like when I was a kid, because I want Spider-Man because I love Spider-Man and I want all the Spider-Man toys ever. And I got almost all of them ever. Almost. Like, not all of them, but pretty close. Like, even if it was horrible, I'd still be excited to get it. But it's such a good figure, and I finally was able to get it. I would want the ToyBiz. I prefer the ToyBiz one over this one, but just knowing that I have basically the McFarlane body mold in my hands, in my collection, that I could do whatever. I could even eat this if I wanted to. Like, it's mine. I own this. Dude, it's nuts. It's so awesome. This is so good. Like, oh man. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. Yeah.